This is LTV.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank, create success, enterprisebanking.com.
All right, here we are in a special edition of Inside Leominster, and it's a Thursday night. We're a little bit off from where we usually are. Normally we're 4 to 5. Tonight we're 6 to 7, and we want to give a chance to people to get home from work. And so tonight is our Light the Town Purple event, and always well attended, always meaningful, and a nice night. Let's see, 4 years ago today, we had snow, but usually the night that we have this event is usually, it's usually hot, like so hot that when the sun comes out, you just bake. And then the next day, everybody asks me, "So where were you? You're at the beach?" And I'm like, "No." Anyway, we're here and we have a bunch of things planned for you tonight, and we have a bunch, and everyone's wearing purple, as you can see. I hope just about everybody's got purple on. I actually forgot to get dressed in purple today, and Tara went out and got me a shirt and a tie because I couldn't find my purple shirt and tie. Mi is back from vacation, right? She's back from vacation. And who's back at the studio? Who is? Who's back at the studio?
Jane and Scott.
Jane and Scott are back at the studio. Saya's here with us on the camera. So it's a team effort, as they say. So tonight is one of the kickoffs to the Relay for Life event that comes up every year. And if you're new to town, you haven't heard about it, it's an event that raises a lot of money, and they've raised a ton of money. And most of that money goes and stays with to research for cancer. And this group has been a team for many, many years. There are many businesses that support this. People start out with, with yard sales, you name it, dances, and selling different, fundraising events to raise money in so many ways. And then coming up in June will be the actual event. And look at us. I'm leaning over here to just grab my notes. Sorry. And we have the official police paddy wagon that what we did is we had it painted up at the Center for Technical Education, and then later on we put different magnets on it. So tonight we have the purple ribbons. If you want to scan over, I don't know, you could scan over later, not a big deal. And let's see. All right, so Sandy, you coming up? What do you got there? Am I supposed to put my glasses on to see? Next year, I need a little table on the side here. Sandy Long's here. Sandy was on our show not too long ago.
Last week.
Was it last week?
It was last
already?
week.
Sandy Long already. We got news. The Woo Sox. The game is the May 25th?
Yep.
Well, go ahead. You can tell everybody. I got my purple on.
I noticed.
Thank you.
I noticed.
Tara had to go get me a shirt and tie because I couldn't find my purple gear.
It should always be with you.
It is, but I just sometimes get a little,
What happened to the purple socks, though?
Oh wow, that's a bonus. That's a bonus.
Do you think we have to
Well,
find another pair of purples?
Let's not ask it any further. That's all I'm telling you. That's it.
Yeah, it's that time again. Just about a month away from the Relay for Life, and most of you know what it's all about. But we are having a fundraiser, the Greater Gardner Relay, going to a game with the Woo Sox down in Worcester on May 25th. and we only have, the last count was 7 tickets left. So if anybody wants to have a good time, come with the crazy gang of relayers that we have, and come down and watch the Woo Sox play. You never know.
May 25th, the Woo
May
Sox.
25th. It's a 4 o'clock game. We have a young 12-year-old who's going to throw out the ball for us, and who knows, you might see a Red Sox player there.
The other night I was supposed to throw out the first pitch. It rained. It was like my big chance to go out there and throw the first pitch. We rush to get there, rush to park. We rush over. They're like, delay a game, game's canceled. You know what? I think I smell lilacs. Is it you that smell like lilac? Do you smell it? I smell lilacs.
It's your purple shirt.
It is. It is. I won't go any further. Anyway, so we've got a busy night here,
Yep.
right? So we're getting ready for the, this is kind of, you go to Leominster, Fitchburg, Gardner, you do it all over. This is kind of the teaser, the build-up
Right.
to the big event.
Yes.
Well, tell us about that.
I got a memory in my Facebook this morning, and I was very surprised. We've been doing this for over 10 years in Leominster alone, and we had done it for like 2 or 3 years in Gardner. So we start off the first Monday in May, and we go to Gardner, since the relay is at Mount Massachusetts. So we start with Gardner. This year we went to Fitchburg yesterday in the pouring rain, and then we come to this beautiful one in Leominster. Look at this police car in front of us. That's awesome. And next Tuesday, I believe, right, Marcia? Tuesday? Tuesday, Marcia's doing hers in Westminster.
All right.
So we're, if anybody else wants to do a city or a town or whatever, thinking about maybe lighting their towns up, let us know and we'll teach you how to do it.
It's not dark enough right now, but we have the steeple. Everything gets lit up purple here. And we want people to ask us, like, what's that all about? Well, it's about raising money because, well, we know it takes money for research, and as many organizations are there out there that are trying to help. You need money for research, and
I've got some figures.
well, let's give us some figures.
This is going to blow your mind. In the last 20 years, Relay for Life Greater Gardner has sponsored 245 research grants totaling $92.9 million in Massachusetts alone. In Massachusetts alone. Currently, we are sponsoring 63 grants for a total of $37.4 million here in Massachusetts. Just think how many people whose lives you have impacted because of everything that you do for Relay and helping us find research and patient care. So many of the people out here now are here because of what you have done for Relay, the monies that you have raised. And it's not, a lot of the other relays in the world have corporate sponsors. They give them tens of thousands of dollars to do Relay. We get ours from bake sales and flower sales and wine tasting. If anybody would like to go to a wine tasting party, see this young lady down here.
You guys know how to party.
Oh yeah. They had one at Legends. They had one at.
That's right. I couldn't make that.
Yeah. So, and all of that money goes back into 81 cents. This is really important. 81 cents out of every dollar goes back to patient care and research. And that makes American Cancer Society number 4 in the, with 4 stars, with 4 stars in the Charity Navigator. Very important.
All right. So is that the official shirt this year?
This is our event leadership.
So all right. So those are the event leaders' shirts.
Our ELT.
The committee, the organizers, the volunteers get that shirt.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about the shirt. So let's talk about the event, the Relay for Life. It's a Friday night, Saturday night. Give us the dates and the details on that.
Okay. It's Friday night, 6 o'clock, June 7th at Mount Wachusett Community College. We have the high school runners come in to pass on the torch. the survivor reception starts about 3:30, so you can come in at 3:30 for a light lunch, and at 6 o'clock we start the official ceremony with the lap of hope. Then we have a few different things going on, and then at 9 o'clock our ELT co-chair, Cheryl, puts on one of the most beautiful luminaria ceremonies. If you see these bags here, these are luminaria bags, and you can purchase one for $5, decorated in any way you want, with the name of either a survivor or someone who's currently fighting their battle. And these bags go around the track, light up the track for us to walk that lap at 9 o'clock for the silent lap. We continue for 20 hours now. We've taken it down just a little bit, but we go all through the night and end at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon with wrap-ups and prizes and things like that. There's something going on the whole time. We've got some, our other event chair, Marcia, has some surprises coming up, which I'm very excited to hear about. And music and just a whole lot of fun and theme hours. So if you need any information or if you want to join, go on to relayforlife.org/greater GTR Gardner MA, and that will give you all the information you need. Or you can get a hold of me at sandyredsox18@yahoo.com, and I'll make sure the correct person gets the information.
All right. So if you've never been to a Relay for Life when they do the Survivors Walk, and anybody that's going to be at the Survivors Walk, you can get a shirt. Best thing to do, rather than give you an email and a website, is call my office, 534-7500, extension 0, and we'll give you all the information to get you the shirt. And they're going to actually mail it to you this year. They're going to actually mail it to you, so you don't have to go run around looking for a shirt or anything. All right. So let's see. Let's get Jim. Is Jim here? Jim's ready to go. We're going to have Jim come up. Jim's got quite a story. In fact, not only has this guy got a story, he adds to the story. It wasn't good enough. How you doing? Patience, everybody. Patience. Patience. You're going to get home in about 2 minutes. Patience. You want to try patience? Sit in the Third Harbor Tunnel the other day for about an hour on 93 going south. Patience? Just stuck there in the tunnel. Patience. Welcome back. What the heck happened?
An Uber accident.
Yeah, tell us. So tell us, you go out and visit your daughter and your family. And
going to the airport. I was in the back seat. My Uber driver, we got T-boned. Woke up in the hospital, 8 broken ribs, broken vertebrae. They had to put the ribs back together again. So I was in there, just got out Tuesday in Denver, flew home yesterday.
And you're back here.
And I'm back here.
And
I went to the Y this morning.
Oh, you did? Well, we had asked you if you'd come on with us. We saw your story in the paper, and I remember it, but time goes by, and then I saw the story, which refreshed my memory, and then we said, let's ask Jim to come on and kind of talk about his story, and then we heard you weren't going to be able to make it, but you're here. So let's, if you don't mind, sharing your story that we read in the paper.
Yeah. So I started in 1986. I ran the Boston Marathon and was really healthy. I was kind of always a runner, nothing big, but when you're like 31, you just kind of push it. You
3 miles,
you
4
can
miles.
get through. Yeah. So anyway, I finished the marathon in 1986 in 4 hours and 5 minutes. Then later in the fall, I got this really bad cough, and I just couldn't shake it. Didn't feel quite right. So I went to the doctors, and he said, well, let's do a quick physical. Gave me some for the cough. So he discovered, hey, you have a problem. So I ended up being diagnosed with testicular cancer.
From a cough?
Yeah, he just did the physical. Like I don't want to be too great, but one testicle is bigger than the other.
Yeah.
I would not be alive at that, because I never went to the doctors. Right. So it would have spread more.
Go for a run.
Yeah.
You feel good.
Yeah. So I went up to Burbank Hospital. They diagnosed it. I had the first surgery that Monday. I told my boss, Joe Givino, I won't be at work Monday. I got to go for surgery. And then slowly but surely, I got better, but then it came back in my lungs. And they said, usually if the cancer spreads, it goes to the lungs. And 3 or 4 months later, they do monthly x-rays. Sure enough, it came back in the lungs. I went to Dana-Farber and was in there for about 5 months. I'd go there
5 months?
Yeah, I'd go for a full week, then home for 2 weeks, going to Burbank Hospital for more treatment. So the tumor had shrunk. So I'd say it's probably towards, so I was actually in the hospital watching the Boston Marathon in '87 in April, and I was kind of sort of, the doctor came in and I said, you think I can run the marathon again? He said, yeah, you maybe, but you won't win it. So anyway, the cancer did shrink, but later on in 1987, they had to remove part of my lung. So they want to make sure the cancer doesn't come back. I went for periodic tests, and then I said I was determined I wanted to run the Boston Marathon in 1988 and beat my old time, even with 1.5 lungs. So I trained really hard, and I ran in 1988, and I ran in 4 minutes, beating my old time by 5 minutes.
Wow.
So, and you're checked for 5 years, and it never came back. And I feel so blessed. When you go through chemo, you're not sure you can father children. So one of the best days of my life, when my daughter was born in 1990, because I wasn't sure that could ever happen.
Right.
And then now I have a new granddaughter that's going to be one on Sunday. So I had just been so blessed, except for the Uber accident about 2 weeks ago. But that's my story. I mean, and I like to get back. I'm on a lot of the nonprofit boards. Yeah. I try to be right with people.
After you got diagnosed, and after you were cured and you ran the marathon, did you all of a sudden understand life a lot better?
I think
it kind of makes sense to you.
You feel more grateful and the good times, and somebody's always got it worse than you. Yeah. So when I look at it, say I could always be worse. I'm still alive. So I've been really living a very fortunate and blessed life, except for a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, just blessed to be here and help in any way I can.
Yeah, and this is a big deal coming up. So many, since you've been diagnosed, so much advancements in technology today. Right. I'm sure it'd be different today. They would probably treat you differently today than they would have back in 1986, 7, 8, 9, 90, right? And that's a result of what we see happening here tonight, is raising the money that's raising the money that gets put back towards cancer research.
Yeah. So I'm happy to be alive.
Look at you.
I'm on the mend.
Poor guy gets in an accident. He's supposed to be our guest tonight, but he still managed to make it.
Yeah, I flew back yesterday just for this.
Yeah, no funny jokes out there when you got broken ribs. Yeah. Everybody likes to tell you. Everybody likes to tell you funny stories. The only problem is it hurts. You're doing okay. You look good.
Yeah, thank you, Dean.
Now, if anybody doesn't know, he does a YMCA. What do you call it? Spin class. First thing in the morning, and it's always packed, and they have a lot of fun. And I don't know, what's the retention rate over there? It's about 90%.
Yeah, it's pretty high. Yeah.
It's pretty high because
we have coffee afterwards.
That's the incentive. But they're up early, and it's a great group of people.
It's right over there.
Right off the YMCA. Around the corner. Well, thanks for making the journey back. And happy birthday to your granddaughter.
Thank you.
And you're going to be all right. Just take it easy going down the stairs. Okay. And tonight, we've had this bell out front, and people always ask us, like, what's that bell? And we had a plaque over that explained it, and it came off, and then we put it back. But anybody that has had cancer, or is in remission, a survivor, maybe there's somebody you want to ring it for a parent, later on we're going to ask you to come up and ring the bell if you'd like. And interesting enough, I have friends that actually live around here, and they've said, and we tell people, you could come up any time of day or night. And he said, and one of my friends lives across the street, he said, I've heard people at 2 in the morning. I said, maybe they're out drinking or something. Like, yeah, let's go ring the bell, That's the night. Tonight's the night. And he said, all hours of the night, daytime, weekends, holidays, he hears people ringing the bell. And it's a happy thing, right? It's actually a happy thing. Well, thanks for coming all the way back. Colorado's no easy trip. It takes a long time.
On the flight, yeah. And then I got to the airport. I couldn't find my car in central parking, and then it wouldn't start. So we tried to jump in. I ended up taking a cab home last night. So it was not a good day.
Well, you better go home and get a good
Yeah.
night's sleep tonight.
Yeah.
And just hang on to that,
Yeah.
really. All right, how about a round of applause, huh? Jim came all the way back after being in an accident, huh? All right. All right, we have somebody, ladies, you're going to perform? You are?
2 flautists.
Come on up here, though. I mean, I want people to hear you. Poor guy gets in an accident. That's commitment.
That's Debbie Johnson and Martha Tay.
All right, Deb and Martha, is it?
Yes, it is.
So, do you have a story to tell? Do you have a story to tell?
Well, we're just music and mayhem, so we hope you enjoy some of both.
All right. I'm gonna stand here and hold this. How's that? I'm like side roadie.
You might want to be down, and then you can.
Beautiful. Wow. So, did you practice for this?
This is one of our go-tos when we have to grab something really quick for any type
you've
of
done
an
this.
event. Yeah.
Well, you did it with perfection. So, another round of applause showing our appreciation. I don't know about you. I think this has been the most beautiful spring that I can remember. Even though we had a lot of rain and wind, the flowers are just amazing. They typically spring flowers around, a week or so, 2 weeks. Not this year. They're just hanging in there, which is a good thing. All right. So is Fran here? Where'd Fran go? I saw your sister here. I saw Fran's sister here. Where's Fran Prepozeski? She here? Where's Fran? Come on up, Fran. And the only reason I know, Tara and I were talking yesterday, I said, I'm like one of the only people knows how to say Prepozeski. The reason is we went to school together. So I was one of the few people. And then I was thinking, Fran, I said, if you work for the city, so we have this thing where everybody has, the same email. So it's leominster-ma.gov. And I was thinking, I said to Tara, I said, imagine if you had to you work for the city and you had to tell somebody your email address. It'd be like F. Prepozeski at Leominster-ma.gov. They're like, What?
Fran's fine.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that it go on forever.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that you're looking great.
Thank you very much. I feel great.
Yeah, you look great. And so, thanks for coming on. We asked people to share their stories tonight. I think it's important for people to share their stories. It brings hope for people that might be going through treatments right now. Family members who have somebody, a loved one or a friend that's going through treatment, and treatment's not easy. There's a lot of scary days. It's a lot of days you don't feel good, but at the end of the day, hope, right? So if you don't mind, just share your story.
I couldn't breathe for like 3 days, and then I finally took myself to the emergency room. I was texting my sister back and forth, and the doctor said that I had leukemia, and they had to send me to Worcester. And then I was in Worcester for a month and a half. They started me on chemo right away because the oncologist said if I waited several more hours to a day, I would have been dead.
Wow.
So that was in September of 2018. Christmas Eve, we found out that I had a donor for my bone marrow transplant. On February 6th, which was my 41st anniversary for my first day of work at the Harley shop, I got my bone marrow transplant in 2019.
And you have to stay in the hospital for that, right? For the bone marrow?
I had to go in a week before. They gave me chemo, and then I got the transplant, which was a blood transfusion. Mm-hmm. And then I had another round of chemo, and then I could go home, but I had to keep going back and forth to the hospital.
So you have to be in sort of isolation, right?
I was a fashionista before COVID. I had my blue gloves and my mask, so I couldn't go anywhere. So I had that on.
And I remember it was a challenge, right? I mean,
it was hard. But I was lucky. I have a lot of great friends. I got a wonderful family. My brother John came home from California to surprise me in the hospital. And when I got out, I had to have 24/7 care. So my brother Joseph came home from San Diego for the first 2 weeks. And then my brother Philip in New Hampshire and my sister-in-law in New Hampshire took turns. My sister Ellie, my brother Felix, my friend Chicky. So I had a lot of support. I had a lot of love. That's the best part that helps you guide yourself through it, I guess, because if you stay positive, you can be positive. Once you let your guard down, then you're gonna. It's going to win.
Mind over matter.
Right. So you got to stay positive, and that's when I started my fantastic journey when I was in the hospital on my Facebook post.
I remember. I was part of it.
Yeah, you gave me.
In fact, sometimes we talked like early in the morning, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
There was the only 2 people up at that time of night was her and I. So we exchanged whatever was going on. Like, what are we doing, right?
The nurses would say, "Don't you ever sleep?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm talking to Dee."
Yeah. Fran told people she's talking to the mayor, and they're like, "Yeah, I think she's hallucinating."
I said, "No,
you better drop her meds. She's hallucinating."
Yeah, too much morphine.
But doing well. All your scans have been good.
Yep, I've been doing really good. I still go like every 4 months because some of the meds, there's different parts of my body that can affect it, like my liver and my kidneys.
Right.
So I don't want to go and say, "Oh, you should have been here 3 months ago." So
Right.
They keep me on top of that.
And it's so important. I think the one thing is that sometimes people assume it's nothing. Whatever the symptom is, it may seem minor, but I think what we're learning now is sometimes there are no symptoms.
Well,
Sometimes they're very minor, and we just kind of pass it off as nothing.
yeah, mine was breathing. And my doctor kept giving me inhalers and antibiotics. I'm like, it's not that kind of breathing. It's not. It's weird to explain. So it took me a half an hour from my house to drive to Leominster Hospital Emergency, which is a 10-minute ride. So I knew there was something wrong.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't go in. So then I couldn't walk myself in, so I had to do the wheelchair and stuff. So it was serious. But I didn't want to call my sister. I didn't want to wake her up because I figured it would be nothing. She'd be mad at me. But
See, we always think, I won't bother them. It's nothing. It's the flu. I just got a chest cold. Right?
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
But you knew at that point something was
definitely wrong. My white blood cells ate up my red blood cells, so I had no oxygen.
And it was hard breathing.
Yep.
And then one day you came here and you were like, I think the first person to ring the bell.
That was my year anniversary, yeah.
You were the first one to come here and get to ring the bell.
Yeah, I get my picture taken every year.
Did you feel like Rocky coming up the front stairs?
If I could run up there, I would. But Yeah, kind of, sort of like his shadow coming up on slope. But
And so how does it change your life? Is it sort of made you think differently after going through this?
yeah, because you appreciate the little things, and you learn to smile a lot more, and you learn to be tolerant of the little irritation things, and you try to make everybody else stay positive with you, because like I said, once the positivity goes, then it's hopeless.
So all the things everybody runs around all day being aggravated about are really meaningless.
Right. Well, you know that car that pulled out in front of me that made me slow down so I wouldn't be late for my doctor's appointment? Well, it was a good thing that car pulled out in front of me because the cruiser was sitting right there.
Yeah.
So now I didn't get a ticket. So you have to think of the brighter side of things. When things get you down, you have to think of the good things
That's
for
right. I agree. All right, Fran Prepozeski. How many people can say Prepozeski?
Ellie.
Oh, well, that's your last name, right? Fran Prepozeski. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to school with her. And she had an awesome mother. Your mother was a sweetheart.
She was a saint.
I was a neighbor, too. I forgot to mention that. I was a neighbor. And she was. How many kids in your family?
6.
6 kids, and she's smiled all the time.
Yep.
Never get upset. And just a nice neighbor and a nice
Yeah,
lady.
she was very, very giving.
And you look just like her now. You're starting to look like her.
I've been that my whole life. You have the spitting image of your mother. I mean, I have her birthday. I have her
Really?
name. Oh yeah, I was born on her 39th birthday, and I got the exact same name.
That's
And
amazing.
I'm the spitting image. Joe DiGeronimo used to tell me that. You look just like your mother.
Well, thanks for coming on and helping us out. You're watching Inside Leominster. We're downtown tonight, and from till 7 tonight. If you're watching the repeat, I'm not sure what time it'll be, but look at the skies, huh? This is like the most beautiful. It's always either been raining or it's really hot, or one year, I guess it said on my reminder this morning that May 9th, 4 years ago, it snowed. Do you remember that? It wasn't a lot. It was just spitting some snow. I try to forget all that stuff. Anyway, that's where we are tonight. We're live, and we're talking about the Relay for Life. But tonight, it's good to see you, Fran.
Thanks, Dean.
And we're talking about the Relay for Life, but like the town purple. And as you travel past City Hall, well, from tonight on, after it's dark, you'll see the building is lit up, and it's a reminder. And on our little paddy wagon there, the fun wagon I call it, the party wagon there, is pink ribbons on here. We change it around depending on what's going on. And so anyway, that's what's going on. What are we doing next there, Miss Long? Who's next? Is it Marsha's next? Come on up, Marsha. Marsha's a regular. Marsha's the best. She's got like seniority. Marsha, right? You got seniority. No, just seniority. You know, pecking order kind of thing.
How are you?
I'm really good. It's always good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And how long you been volunteering?
I started relaying in 1998. Started in memory of my dad, who lost his life to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was a Fitchburg firefighter. And then that was the year that I was diagnosed with breast cancer, found out on mammogram. So screenings are very important because I would never have found this. So I was diagnosed, and the next year doing relay was completely different.
And tell everybody, what's worse? Screenings, which everybody doesn't
Well,
have to do.
yes.
Or if they don't find it, right?
Right,
And then
right, and I was lucky.
It just, yeah, okay. I mean, nobody likes it, man, woman, no.
No.
Screenings aren't, there's something about it. They just made it so it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. It's nothing compared to
The outcome that
right,
could be.
if you
that
don't
could
get
be.
your screenings.
And that's what's recommended now, to have your cancer screenings, the mammograms, the colonoscopies.
Earlier and earlier.
Yeah, I mean, that's the cervical cancer, all that is all recommended by the American Cancer Society. So I did the relay. I mean, I was co-chair and everything, but then in 2004, my one and only sister, Linda, was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, and she sadly lost her life in 2007. And then since then, my story keeps going because my niece, Linda's daughter, was diagnosed with B-cell lymphoma right smack in the middle, beginning of COVID. And Heidi went through a stem cell transplant, and she is cancer-free.
Isn't that amazing what
so
they
this
do?
is and this is where our money goes.
incredible.
Right, our money
It's
goes.
incredible.
Yeah, and that's
this
what.
whole
Yeah.
stem cell thing,
Yeah.
taking your own,
Yes, that's what they did. Harvested her
I
own.
guess,
Yep.
and replacing the bad with the good and then putting them back into your body. So just amazing, what's happening. It's so far, but it comes from these kind of events.
Right, and that's the Relay for Life is the signature fundraising event for the American Cancer Society. That's where they get their money for. And like Sandy had mentioned, a lot goes back to research, patient services, but I do it for the research because stuff that was around when I was diagnosed, I mean,
it's all together.
It's all new, and thank goodness it is. So that's why we relay. But you're going to come, Survivor Lap.
Listen,
You better be there.
every year. I've come.
Yes.
How many years have you had this?
This is our 31st year.
I come every year. I've never missed
31st.
one.
I know you
I
haven't
missed one.
This is our
The only thing
31st
is, I want to
year.
know where Ben Parker is.
He's
Is he coming this year?
He's
I know
not
he's
the
working,
DJ,
right?
but no, he's going to be one of our judges for the campsite
Oh,
on
he
Friday
is.
night. So you better go.
Because
see
Ben
him.
Parker's big time now. He's a big shot. He does the news in the afternoon for WBZ.
Yeah.
So he's a big shot now.
But he will be there.
And he's going to be there.
He'll be there with Ron Parent. They're going to be our judges.
And it's honest. I mean, if you have a chance, come up. And it goes 24/7. So maybe you work certain hours, and then at 3 o'clock you wake up, or 2 o'clock, and you say, you know what? Let's go for a walk.
Go for a relay.
So
Come to
you
us.
go for the relay. I don't know what they do with the mosquitoes. I'm not going to ask, but there's no mosquitoes around. And you can walk a couple laps. You can walk for an hour. You get kind of drawn in, though.
You do. And
Start talking to people.
There's theme hours. There's music happening. Music gets shut off at midnight to 6, but there's walkers still going around the track. And then and then Saturday morning we have a caregiver recognition and a caregiver lap, a children's lap. So bring the kids because we have children's activities. And then at 1 o'clock we start our closing. We're at 20 hours now, so we start our closing at 1 and we end at 2 o'clock.
If you
Saturday.
can come, if you've never seen it. The first year I was there, and I saw the Survivors Walk, I was goosebumped out,
All purple.
chills. It was something that I never could have imagined. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing to see this. And tell us about the Survivors Walk.
Survivors is the celebration of hope lap. That's what we call it. It's our celebration of our life. And many times Sandy has the program, which is awesome because it starts with people that have been just diagnosed kind of turn around and look at the people behind them, and they're longer and longer and longer. And those of us who are over, 25 years, we're proud to stand there, and they look at us as we're the reason of hope.
You're all back.
We're in the back. We're in the back. But we're the reason for hope. And then we start the lap, and it's like all purple because we're all wearing our purple Survivor shirts.
And everybody walking.
Everybody is
Survivor.
walking, yeah. And you can walk with your family, and yes, it's powerful. And then when I did my first time, just to be part of that, people say, oh, how sad. No, it gives you that hope. And that's the color of purple. It's the color of hope. And that's what we want to have, yeah. That's what we want to have.
And really raising the money. And I know it's hard to always ask people for money, but just think $5, some kid's piggy bank,
Right.
$20.
Right.
I don't know. You had a raffle at work, whatever it might be.
Don't go to Dunkin's
It
that day.
it all adds up. Yeah, I mean, all of this adds up.
Yes.
And maybe at work, you have a fundraiser at work.
Yes. You can put a can out, for change, and people can do that as far as that's concerned. You can do all these different fundraisers. And these bags are only $5, and you could do it in a memory of, and everybody knows somebody that has been diagnosed with cancer. So you can put a memory out there on the track, and $5, and it goes.
And we were talking about all of the advancements today. So whereas sometimes people would had stayed in the hospital for treatment, they can go home now. There's just so much.
And the American Cancer Society has different services for the patients too. We have Road to Recovery, where they give rides to patients for their treatments. Look Good, Feel Better, where they teach them how to do their makeup and everything like that after they've lost their hair, and we have Hope Lodges, places where they can stay free, patients and their families, just to be closer to their treatments and their appointments. So there's a lot of things that the American Cancer Society does. So we're never going to stop. I mean, COVID hit us bad.
Yeah.
COVID,
No, I know.
COVID hit, and
But we're back with vengeance.
but the thing is, cancer never stopped. Even though COVID was around. So we want to bring this back to what it was used to be. Huge, but we're proud of it. We're very proud of it, and it's the Greater Gardener. We have I think Gina, our ACS rep, said there was close to 50 different representatives of different towns and everything from us. That's why it's the Greater Gardener. So yes,
good.
yes.
Yeah, and it's quite an event. And again, not everybody can make it for the opening ceremonies. but
whenever.
it goes 24 hours up until 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah.
And it used to go like 2 days, and I'm thinking,
Well, we're there working.
Yeah, I know
all
you
week.
are.
Yeah, so
No,
you
no,
can
no,
come
but I
help
mean-
us. You can come help the logistics.
we always need volunteers, correct.
Yes.
But I'm just thinking, you might lose some people over 2 days, because you can actually tent out. You can actually bring a tent.
Yeah.
And tent out.
Campsites, and people do.
Campsites.
People stay overnight.
And
Yes.
teams that
Yes.
every year get together, and sometimes they disband because people schedule or people move away. But
Leominster
they still
Credit Union
support.
has a team. They have a team, so
right.
we have a lot of Leominster people that are supporting us, and we're yeah.
Well, thank you. This is it's a tradition here to have you come out and
Thank
chat
you.
with us every year.
I know. I miss my partner in crime, Kelly.
Yeah,
I miss her.
yeah.
So she's with us, though. She's with
No,
us.
you
Yeah.
know, and thank you for all you do. I mean, it does make a difference. And,
It sure does.
And like
Thank
I
you.
said, everybody knows somebody. Right? Like Dean Martin's song, everybody loves somebody. This is,
You wanna be our
knows.
entertainment up there now?
Everybody, well, my name's Dean. I swear my father named me after Dean Martin. He never called me Dean. I'm like, Dad, you never call me Dean. Dino, right?
I know.
But I think it's more official. I mean, Dean. Less ethnic.
Oh, is that it? Is that it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Good to
thank
see
you.
you. Good
It's
to see you.
always
We'll
good to
see
see
you at Relay.
We'll see you at Relay.
Yes, yes.
Promptly at 6 o'clock.
At 6
If you want to be there for opening ceremony, then leave a little early. Don't be like me, like running from one place to the other, and it's exactly timed perfectly, because sometimes parking becomes an issue. There's a lot of people, so don't think you're just going to pull up out front that they saved you a spot. You know, like, yeah, people that show up late, yeah, park right out front here. We were waiting for you. We knew you were coming. All right, what are we doing now, Sandy? What time we got here, kiddos? 6:42 already. Wow, we're live. We're in front of City Hall. People are coming by like, what are you doing? But that's why we do it out front. We want people to ask. We want people to drive by later and say, why is City Hall painted purple? And I'm looking out over the Common, and next year, maybe we can have this event right out here at the Common. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. We can have everything out in the Common next year. We're going to be set up out there.
There you go. I've got a couple of things.
All right, what are we doing? I feel like this is, what's his name? Jerry Lewis that we're doing
I did that too. I
the
did
weekend telethon.
I did the NBA.
It's
for
3 in the
quite a
morning.
few
It's the
years.
monkeys.
Well, I'm not anybody like Jerry Lewis or his guest, but one thing I wanted to mention is Dean talked a little bit about the survivor shirts. And if you know of any survivors, if you're a survivor yourself or you know of any survivors, have them call 800 ACS 2345. And it's extension 4 or option 4. And so a person will get will get on the phone and talk you through it, how to order your shirt, and it will be sent to you in the mail, which we have to do for you. Yours didn't go through.
Well, Kelly, I guess, we'll straighten it out.
Yes, we will definitely straighten it out. So you have your shirt this
I
year.
might come streaking this year.
You'll have a shirt. Yeah.
In purple.
It'll be
Me
okay.
and Ronnie will come running through, naked, running in purple. Come on, Ronnie.
Well, that's something I haven't seen in the 13
Well, we got to
years
raise
that I've
money. We
done
got to raise money. We got to raise some money. Now, people will pay me to keep my clothes.
No comment. And the other thing is, if you want to know any more information about Relay for Life, go on to relayforlife.org/Grader, GTR, Gardner, MA. You can get a hold of me so I can direct it to the right people if you'd like it. Sandy Red Sox 18, yeah, I'm still a Red Sox fan, at yahoo.com. And we'll make sure you get all the information that you need. Please come up and see us. If you've never been there, the opening ceremonies are fantastic. The Luminaria ceremony is always just breathtaking, and it's full of, I don't want to say tears, it's full of emotions.
There's something
exactly.
special. You walk in, and you could not have a clue as to what's going on. And you walk in and say, something special is going on here. I don't know what. And then the rest makes sense. Right?
The first year I went to Relay, I had just lost my job, and someone had told me about the Relay for Life. and that it was at the mountain, and it was like a relay. And I'm thinking to myself, you got to climb a mountain. And so when I finally went there, yeah, that
you do.
You know,
You do climb a mountain.
if you're a survivor or a
You have climbed
caregiver,
a mountain.
you are climbing that mountain, and you will get to the top, and we're gonna win. I know we're gonna win because we have such fantastic people on our committee, and we're always looking for more. If you would like to join us at any time, you could do that. If you'd like to do a team, you could do that. Or just donate. I noticed that there's a citywide yard sale going on pretty soon. Maybe you'd care to donate some of your proceeds to the Relay for Life. Let the mayor know. He'll get a hold of us, and you'll feel really good about it.
That's right. The yard sale is the 18th. The 18th, just so everybody knows. Just plan on staying in Leominster on the 18th. We have our, I'm serious. We have, starting off with it's a recycling day, which is important, down at the DPW. You bring all your old love letters and shred them. Nobody will ever get a chance to see them after that. See, everybody's laughing, but you know what I'm talking about. Don't shred your money. Make sure in those letters aren't cash, because that could be a problem. We want to donate the cash.
My love letters.
And then we have the citywide yard sale. And let's see, what else is going on that day? So that, Shoalin Farms, it's Apple Blossom Festival all day. 2 o'clock they do the butterfly release. And then at night is the fundraiser for Michael's Run at the Eagles. So just plan on being in Leominster the whole day. And the biggest thing, as soon as the snow melts, the first call we get is, when's the citywide yard sale? That is so popular, those citywide yard sales, they're so popular. I like them too, but I'm just saying that people get really excited about it. So you can recycle some things in the morning, and in the afternoon buy new stuff. See, that's how this works. All right, I don't want to run out of time. We're at 6:47, and I don't want to run out of time. I want to give, anybody want to ring the bell? Is there anybody here tonight that wants to come up and ring the bell? I don't want to embarrass anybody. You don't have to do it, but if you'd like to come up and ring the bell, if not, you could do it at 2 in the morning. You can do it on a Saturday night.
I'm bringing my caregiver, Ellie.
All right, Ellie and Fran are going to ring. Fran was the first person to ring our bell.
Caregiver Saturday.
There we go.
I love that bell.
Anybody else wants to ring the bell? It's okay. Come on up.
Come on, Ray.
You don't have to be, we don't twist your arm. You just come on up. Yeah, see? They're making the step, you guys. See how important this is? What a feeling, huh? To ring that bell.
I do it every year on my kid's anniversary.
I love it. All right, let's hear it. 1 year, somebody ripped it off the wall. We came to work the next day and the thing was on the ground. All right. All right, see? There you go. How exciting. Thank you for doing that. And again, you could do it anytime. Some people don't want anybody around. It's a kind of private thing for them. That's okay. You come right here, City Hall, run up those stairs, in the middle of a snowstorm if you want. Whenever it's good for you, it's okay. It's your personal moment. It's a municipal building. All right, let me make sure I have a cup. Oh, we have purple cupcakes for everybody. I just want to update you with a couple of things. Oh, I can't forget this. Mother's Day is coming up. I want to make sure I get this. Yes, Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. And if you'd like to get some plants, flowers are just beautiful this time of year. The Scouts at 477 and Troop 7740. We'll let the ambulance go by. See that? Just shut it off for us. And they're going to be selling flowers up at the Veteran Center, up at the corner of Pond and West Street, and they're going to be doing that this Saturday, May 11th, from 9:30 to 3. And remember, the Scouts don't take Venmo. They don't have credit card machines. They take cash. So I know a lot of people have a lot of cash sometimes. So I wanted to make sure you knew that. We're offering free trees if anybody lives in Leominster. We have up on our website, if you want to check, leominster-ma.gov. All our events are there, but more importantly is there'll be a list of streets. Now, you don't have to do anything. They're going to, believe it or not, people are like, are you serious? Yes. They're going to come, they're going to plant the tree. They take care of everything. They come water it for you, you're going to get a free tree. The list will be on our website, leominster-ma.gov. Now, everybody's always saying, what's going on in Leominster? Well, we have a new Facebook page. It's called, what is it called, Stephanie? It's happening. It's happening. Remember, when you were younger, Dave, people go around, hey, what's happening? Right? Remember those days? Hey, what's going on? What's happening? Now you can find out what's happening on our Facebook page. It's happening in Leominster. That has two different meanings. One is, we're cool and things are happening in this town. Two, if you want to find out what's happening, that's the place to go. Everything is listed. You don't have to go anywhere else. It's listed there. And then we also have a newsletter for people that like to, pay for things. It's right here. And we're going to start taking sponsorships. So if there's somebody out there that has a business, maybe you want to sponsor it, see your name in print, just give us a call. We'll take care of that. Also on Saturday. How's Saturday shaping up for weather? First they said rain, and I don't know. What's the weather? Hey, nobody knows the weather. People check the weather every 5 seconds. What's the weather? Nobody knows. All right, let's assume that if it's going to be nice, we're going to have a cleanup at down at the mall.
Partly cloudy.
Partly cloudy. Beautiful day. Beautiful day for a cleanup. And we're going to clean up around the Minnesota Brook because it travels all the way down through the mall. And we're going to meet over by Market Basket in that grassy area. And Nick, the good part here is Nick, that does the Nick walks from is our environmental inspector. He's going to be there. You know why? It's really cool to have him there. Because he knows the difference between poison ivy and other plants. You know what I mean? Like, anybody get it really bad? Anybody get poison ivy really bad? Yeah. My brother used to get his mole. I mean, everywhere. Back, his face. Well, now we're going to have somebody there that's going to be able to tell us what to touch or what to get near and whatnot. So that's coming up, let's see. Is it 9:30? 9 o'clock for starting? Yeah, 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And, stop down. If it rains for some reason, we'll be there on Sunday. A nice thing at Worcester State, Captain Reynolds, they're going to dedicate a fountain in his name. He was a student at Worcester State, and they're going to dedicate a fountain. So we won't be there. I'm hoping to make it back in time to help me clean, but it's a wonderful thing and a real tribute to the family and Captain Reynolds and all who have served. And as we get closer and closer to Memorial Day, which, by the way, is the 24th, at the White Cross ceremony at the street, at the Veterans Center, and then flagging on Saturday, the 25th, and then on the 27th is Memorial Day this year. And we start in the Common. We won't probably be on the Common. And then we go visit every cemetery in the city, and then there's a procession from Evergreen Cemetery at around 10:30 down to Carter Park. And this year, sort of expanding it a little, we're trying to get kids more involved to understand the history of Memorial Day, and we're asking them to come and to be part of that procession and to be with us and to decorate their bicycles. No red, white, and blue. Maybe they have carriages or little pull carts, or I guess even those little hovercrafts they drive around. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, we're encouraging kids and their families to take part. How much time do we have left here, Mia? You just got 5 minutes left? That's it? Okay. So we've done a lot here tonight as we inch our way into, boy, everyththing seems to be May and June, right? The 15th is our summer stroll downtown, and if you're interested in setting up a booth, maybe it's a church or a nonprofit, you want to set up, let people know more about what you do. It's not an all-day event. Some people can't do an all-day event, and but others can. And you can do Johnny Appleseed Festival if you're looking to hit thousands of people. But we have also, if you have an ET car, please come by. We'd like to put you in our antique. That was a big deal. Where's Melissa? That was a big deal last year, the Antique Car Show. It was a big deal last year. Hey, Steve, come on up from WGAW. We got Steve Wendell. Come on up, please. Steve's a good guy. He's everywhere. This guy is Mr. Community, but I've never been to an event that has involved cancer or helping somebody out, the Heart Fund or whatever it is, without Steve Wendell from WGAW in Gardner.
Thank you, Mayor. Great to be here.
He's got this voice. Listen to that voice. I always wanted that voice.
You're great. You're great.
No, I got like a, I'm not sure what I don't have a face for TV or a voice for radio, but anyway, I love the fact that we still have local radio stations. And one wonderful thing about WGAW in Gardner is you used to lose a reception, and now you get them online like they're big time, like big shots. And no matter where you go in the country,
we're also on the internet, of course,
that's
worldwide, and also on FM. So, and we have you on at least once a month. We got to get that schedule back again.
We're Simple Radio. If you ever get the app, Simple Radio, do you have that, Dominic?
Radio Garden.
All right, so Simple Radio or radio, you can, it has radio stations. So one day I'm like, there's no way WGAW is on there. And lo and behold, I typed it in. But I have to tell you the story. Tara and I are in Minnesota. We're up for a hike with her father. Where's he living? Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin. So we're out for a hike. There's deer running everywhere. You leaving, Mia? Oh no, she just wanted. I thought she was with me. Goodbye. She was just telling me 3 minutes left. So all of a sudden my phone goes off, and my reminder. I have to be on Steve's show, and it's what, 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So all of a sudden my phone rings, and we're out for this hike out there, and this deer, beautiful up there. I'm like, oh no, I got to get to reception somewhere. Luckily, we found one spot in the woods, and there I am on my phone talking back to Gardner from Wisconsin. He didn't know that. He didn't know that. But I said, you know what? Who takes their time out on their Saturday afternoon to give an opportunity for different cities and towns to boast about their community?
Right, well, that's what we do, and you have always been transparent, supportive of the community, letting everybody know what's going on here in the city.
But I mean, AM radio, I mean, is this a love for you?
Absolutely. It's been really a goal in my life to own my own radio station after I got out of college.
And then I'm going to tell you a secret. If you ever, there are a lot of people on the radio that you could listen to. There's podcasts and radio shows. There's a million of them. There's a guy, and I never knew he was on until one night I was just said, I'm going to listen to WGAW. And then all of a sudden I hear this voice come on. His name is John Batchelor, and he's on at night on WGAW. He's the smartest. He's not a political guy. It's like every night, it's like taking a college course.
Yeah, he is fantastic. The knowledge and the background.
About everything.
Puts everything together, and he interviews people all over the world. So it's more like a foreign affairs program and also a national economic and political program too.
He's brilliant. How I found him is he started his radio show on a New York station after 9/11.
Yes.
And that's how he started. And ever since then, I've tried to listen to him. It gets a little deep, but it's not political. He doesn't have a political tone or side. And so thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you.
Because what you do in helping these sort of events and helping the people who are volunteers and trying to get people's attention is a big deal. We're out of time here. Thanks, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. Have a purple cupcake. Come by City Hall. Ring the bell. See the building lit up in purple and know that it's all to raise money for cancer research. So someday, if you're unfortunate enough, you will be fortunate enough to get treatment that is unthinkable at this particular point, that we haven't even thought of yet, that scientists are working on for cures every single day of the week. Thank you for the whole crew. They spent all day setting up outside here so we could have a live, and back at the, and also back at the station so we could have a, we could have the show live tonight. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. Thanks for showing up. Good night.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisInsuranceAgency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank, create success, enterprisebanking.com.
This is LTV.